I'm just up at Harper and we've come to visit Amy's farm. I'm going to walk around a dairy farm and see what we can see. We're just about to go into the bulk tank room. We've just come into the little area and we've got this board here. So Amy, can you explain what this board actually does?
This is a breeding calendar, so each little magnet square thing represents a cow.
So the number of the cow is on a little square, so you know the cow, you can identify the cow, okay?
And then they get put on a certain date and a certain colour, depending if they're meant to be freshly calved, they're meant to be on heat, being served, like
so
being PD'd.
It really just gives you an idea of when you need to do stuff to the cows and also when they're going to calve, so you have a rough idea. So you can have maybe extra people on standby if there's going to be lots calving at one time. Yeah. So it's quite useful, and you just change it over each day that you go around. Mm-hmm. So we're going into the bulk tank room. You said it was about 7,200 litres?
Yeah.
This tank. So once we've been into the parlour, it then comes into here?
Yeah.
All the milk is stored in here. And how often do you get it collected?
The tanker comes every morning.
Every morning?
Every morning, no fail.
No fail.
The milk has to be thawed about 4 or 5 degrees, or else they won't pick it up, or else it's too hot.
And what happens if they don't pick it up?
It has to go down the drain.
Down the drain?
Food safety, it has to.
Yeah, so 4 degrees, and it gets stored in here and taken off every morning to the, in the tankers. You have Muller?
Yeah, goes with Muller.
So this is the parlour. This is where the cows are milked twice a day.
Yeah.
So you have 150 cows and you milk about 100 at the moment?
Yeah, we're slowly going down in numbers. There's a shortage of staff.
So it's a, how many units?
It's
a 1428 herringbone parlour.
Yeah.
So when the cow can be milked this side, this lifts up, and then you can swing it over, and then the cows that are here, they can milk this side too. So once they've finished, you can walk them on while they're finishing, and then they can carry on. And do you feed them in the parlour?
No, because we find we feed them straight after they've been milked, and they love being milked. They just walk straight through anyway.
They're happy.
Yeah.
These are the clusters. The milk will come up through here. That'll go on the teat, and then up through the pipes through here, and it will go into the bulk tank, which we've just shown you. So on here we have some pre-dip, so as the cows come in we spray the udders and then wipe them with some tissue to make sure there's no mastitis and it's all clean, ready to milk. The cows are ready to milk. And then these clusters actually post-dip them as well, so that saves one extra person doing it. So we're still in the collecting lot, the parlour's just behind us. So the cows come out, they come through here and they can go in and get some feed. So they've got a mix of fodder beet. They have fodder beet for the fibre,
grass
silage, maize silage,
bit of blend, which is
protein, things like that, and
barley.
barley. So this gives them all the nutrients they need. And the fodder beet, I think it's quite cool because it's cheaper than buying barley. I think your dad was saying it was
good sugar intake.
Good sugar intake.
Yeah.
More milk.
Yeah.
Here they are. So they're all just chilling. So they come in here. I'll show you some silage.
Yeah.
They come in here and where's the sugar beet? There's some sugar beet. Have some dinner after milking. Mm-hmm. Very happy cows. So we just seen where they eat. Now we're going to go and see where they sleep. So cows spend quite a lot of time sleeping actually, don't they?
Yeah, and they like to lie down to ruminate and chew their cud.
So
and that's what actually produces their milk and keeps them happy and healthy.
So you can see here, this cow is chewing its cud. That means it's very happy.
They all are actually chewing their cud.
All of them are chewing their cud. This means they regurgitate their food, bring it up and chew it again.
And make sure it's all digested properly.
Because they have 4 stomachs, cows don't they?
Well, they have 4 chambers of their
stomach. 4
stomach.
chambers of their stomach. So they're on loose housing, straw, all look very happy. Yeah. Straw's better for their feet as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they don't get as lame because they're not on hard surfaces.
Yeah, and it's also, it works well with our system because we're mixed with arable. We've got the straw on hand from our
arable side.
Yep. Plus, like, we can use this shed because the cows go out in the summer. We can use it for all sorts of things in the summer, like just storing pieces of equipment and
So it gets lots of uses, this, not just for the... Then you've got the bit in the middle for ventilation.
It's very important for good ventilation to stop them getting
Pneumonia and getting ill.
Yeah.
So this is some of the feed the cows eat. We've got grass silage. So this is just made out of grass, and it's all compacted into a clamp and rolled and really compressed to get an anaerobic fermentation. That's the word, Amy. So this is what they eat.
Yeah.
It's just a bit wet.
Which is quite...
You smell it?
It's quite fresh.
Ooh, it's nice silage actually.
Yeah.
Just cut it from the forager.
Yeah.
In trailers here.
And then we have to make sure it's compacted properly, just to make sure there's no like trapped air.
Because if it's trapped air, it goes mouldy.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's been compacted quite well.
Yeah.
However, it's not the neatest face, but there's no mould or anything.
And they're happy eating it.
Yeah.
And it just gets mixed in with a blend with all their other feed, with the maize silage, which we'll go and have a look at. So these are the beef cows. Oh, you got it all over your nose. They're just having the rolled barley and a bit of other supplement just to fatten them up, really. Hello. Hello. You got it all over your nose. So we've got our maize clamp here. I like how they've got the bales on top. It also helps to compact the silage, and there's also somewhere to store the bales as well. And it keeps the sheet on. So every time you need to get some, you just take the bales off. You can see this is maize. Oh, you've actually got a bit of a... You recognise a bit of corn on the cob kind of there. So yeah, you can actually... It's all been chopped up by the forager. They eat all the stem and everything.
Yeah, it's the whole plant.
The whole plant
is chopped up, and we put an additive in with the chopper.
Yeah.
Just to help with the fermentation
process. Excellent. And this, no wonder they have to bring it back up and chew it again. Look at all that. It's a bit rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're just in the sheep field, out there out winter grazing, you say, Amy?
Yeah. We have some sheep from somebody else who come here during the winter just to help eat off all the grass. So they have a different bite pattern than cows.
Yeah.
So it helps with grass growth in the spring.
Sheep like short grass, cows like the long grass to rip round their tongues, don't they?
Yeah.
Sheep are nibblers. Yeah. So we've got the sheep here, and actually there is rams in here. The rams have a little harness on, and he's red. And if you can see, the sheep with red bits on their bum mean the ram has served them.
So hopefully they'll have lambs.
I don't know if we can see if we can find the ram. He's got like a little harness on, so it's just so they know which sheep have been served in the kind of time period as well. There should be a few in here, is there?
Yeah, there's a couple of rams about. See, there's one over there flying around.
So the males actually can smell the hormones on the females when they're ready to mate. So we can actually see over here the male's just having a little sniff. Whether he'll
there's actually two males over there.
Two males to one female. What a lucky little woman she is. So this is the male. Oh, there. He's got his harness on. He's having a little stroll up to the females. Oh, there he goes. Having a little sniff. That's one of your sheep.
Yeah, I've only got 5 or 6 sheep, just as pets. They got given to me as cage to hang out with the winter grazing
lot
during the winter.
See ya. So you can see here, it's actually got his harness on, his red harness. So he's having a bit of a lazy moment at the moment. You can see the harness. So when he mounts on the female, it just rubs on their bum, so you know when they've been serviced. Have you had a busy night, mate? So we're just at the calves. Oh, babies. So they all have, they come off their mum and then they get fed one milk replacer.
Yeah. These ones get put on milk powder just because, well, our dump milk may contain things we don't want to pass on to our future herd.
Yeah, look at them. So we've got a little Angus calf here. And show people how you decide if it's an Angus or a Hereford.
A lot of people can actually tell by the face between like Limousines and Holstein, or Limousines and Angus, or you can actually look back on like the data, like
Sheet,
what's been served. But sometimes an Angus like this, well, Anguses, they're naturally polled, same as like
So they
Herefords.
don't have horns.
They don't have horns. So even when they're
Feel on his head.
first born, they'll have little horn buds here, and if you feel here, it's completely smooth.
Doesn't have any at all. That's how you can tell.
Oh.
Very friendly.
Yeah, there is some exceptions because they are dairy crossed that you can get Anguses with horns, but it's not a telltale.
Little buddy. He's only just been born, hasn't he?
I can't quite tell the difference yet.
It's very happy, little sausage.